up to pretty much any stranger at PAX and you already instantly have something in common with them. It's so easy to just start up a conversation with anybody. And I've had some like really amazing experiences with just talking to total strangers and having fun and connecting on the level of video games. So.
This is the PAX East community group on Facebook. At just over 8,000 members, it's the largest fan-run community group about PAX on the website. Now, I first stumbled across this group last year before my first PAX East. To be honest, I was looking for restaurant recommendations in Boston, and after joining this group, I kind of just forgot about it. However, over the course of the next year, I started to spot posts from this group in my newsfeed whenever I would log into Facebook to, wish my aunt a happy birthday or whatever. I started seeing various memes, posts about the latest video game releases, and, best of all, stories and photographs from previous PAX events. Basically, I ended up becoming a bit of a lurker and would log into Facebook every other day just to kind of see what people were talking about in this group. And the more I started to interact with this page and visit it more frequently, the more I started to notice the page's banner image. At the top of the PAX East page, there was this photograph. It showed a large group of people in front of the PAX East logo, which is a permanent fixture in the main hall of the conference centre. And I just became fascinated with this photograph. Like, who were these people? And how does something like this start? Do they take it every year? And who's responsible for organising something like this? Determined to find answers to these questions, Rachel and I reached out to the group's admin, Green, who warmly invited us to come and document the taking of this year's photograph. We ended up interviewing Green, fellow admin Daniel, as well as 4 other prominent members of the group. This is a story about a photograph, and the people who come together every single year to be a part of it. Enjoy. So can we start by saying what your name is and what your role is within this community?
So I'm Greenchild. I go by Greenchild for the last 20 years or so, and I started the group.
My name is Daniel. I go by Daniel Beardo on Facebook, and I am one of the admins for the PAX East Facebook group.
My name is Nikki. I also go by Nikki Muffin or Deadly Muffin online.
My name is Ted Meringue.
Dan?
And Trina.
On Saturday, the 25th of March, the third day of PAX East 2023, members from the PAX East Facebook group met up in the community room. We quietly set up in the corner of the room and extended an invite to anyone there who wanted to talk to us about the group and what it means to them.
So when did you first get involved with this, or how did this whole thing start?
So this thing started many years ago when probably I think PAX 2012, 2013. I just met somebody here at the convention, and we exchanged information. We kept in contact on Facebook, and for us as our friends, like it started with 8 people, just to kind of keep ourselves together and be like, tickets are going on sale soon. Where should we get hotels at? And like just a general sharing of information. And we left the group wide open, and after that, it was just more people came in. It was like not until 2 or 3 years after that, I was like, wait a minute, there's like 50 people in this group now. We never invited anybody. Now there's like 100 people in this group, and now we're here today with almost about to hit 8,000. So
I would say probably 6 or 7 years ago, maybe. I've been meeting up with these guys ever since.
Pretty early on, it's years and years and years ago. I have made so many really close friends over the years through this community, coming to PAX together and seeing everybody every year. So it's been just amazing.
I started joining the community as soon as they found out I cosplayed, and then I ended up finding out that they also do like alerts and updates, and it's a pretty active group, so it's pretty easy also to stay involved with it.
So how many PAXs have you been to now?
So 11 was my first one that I met Daniel. So all of the Easts and 2 Unplugs.
I've been to every PAX East except for the very first one that was at the Heinz Convention Center. So I've been coming to PAX for a while.
This is only my second one. Last year was my first. This is my second, and she's been coming for a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, since they started.
So you've already been to 2 PAXs. What do you think of it? Do you enjoy it? So far, yeah, it's been a blast as we've been wearing these costumes. We haven't been able to explore as much as I thought because people keep stopping us for pictures. I've never had my picture taken so many times in my life, and it's just a different thing for me right now. I'm not used to it.
What is it that's kept you coming back to this event and this community over the years?
I think the admins, it seems like it's a very close-knit family. They're very friendly. It seems like, I mean, PAX is only 4 days, but the whole year, everybody's chatting about video games, and they're definitely keeping like the conversations going and just keeping everybody really engaged with the group. So that's something I kind of like.
So how did the concept for the Facebook picture start?
I think that was Daniel's idea first. It must have been whenever Val joined, which hasn't been here from the start. But he loves photography, and they've had that PAX East sign out front for photos for many years. And so as the group gets bigger, we just try and find more ways for people to interact with each other and make new experiences for them to interact with each other. And I think that was one of the first ones.
I think that was like 2015, and it was just a picture of 8 of us, like, because they have the sign in the lobby and there's the camera that's there, and we're just like, oh, let's just take a picture with like all of us, just our friends, and we did it. And then I was like, we posted in the group, it's like, oh, we took a group picture, and it's like, oh, next year if anybody wants to join us in a group picture, come and join us. And it's just grown and grown and grown and gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And I sometimes think like maybe we're growing too big for our boots to like fit everybody out in that expo hall or in front of the sign that's out front. So yeah, but no, I mean, it's crazy how big it's gotten.
Yeah. They're going to need a bigger sign just for this Facebook photo,
Yeah,
I think.
pretty much.
Green and Daniel were pretty keen for us to talk to both Nikki and Ted, as these two were responsible for other community-related shenanigans during the course of PAX. So Daniel mentioned that you're the beach ball guy, was how he said it. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so back in 2011, that was my first PAX. I waited in the very large queue line that we have, and I noticed one person had a beach ball. And I also noticed the crowd went crazy for the beach ball. So I was like, okay. So I went to Walmart later on that day, and I bought like maybe a dozen of them. And then I passed them out, and we blew them up, and people were just loving it. So the next year, 2012, I decided to create a Twitter account called the PAX Beach Baller. So every year I tend to bring, around 50 beach balls for the weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just spread them out throughout those 4 days. And I'm just a dude that brings beach balls, but everybody is just like, my mission is to entertain the queue line.
Yeah.
So to see families like enjoy themselves hitting beach balls. Like I've met so many people that I see every single year. Like hundreds of thousands of people are here, I feel, and I somehow manage to run into these people every single year. And it's it's a really great feeling.
I run, I help assist with running an event called the Poke Crawl. So it's a Pokemon themed bar crawl. We've been at PAX, I think 13 years now. It's been going since the beginning. So we do this the Thursday night before PAX, and so the point of the event is that we all are on different Pokemon-themed teams, and we compete with each other to try and raise the most money for Child's Play, which is a charity that purchases video games for kids that are stuck in hospitals. So we made just under $8,000 this year. It was the most ever. So we just encourage people to donate. A lot of the people that help run the teams, such as myself, will either make or buy often Pokemon-themed items to sell. So we kind of volunteer our time in making the items and then sell them to attendees of the crawl.
Now, as I'm sure you've already noticed, Dan and Trina arrived in full-blown It Takes Two cosplay. Their costumes were absolutely incredible, and actually I'd already spotted them down at the show floor earlier that day, taking pictures with other attendees. So obviously I had to ask them about the process of creating such brilliant, authentic costumes, and also what it's like to attend a show like PAX in cosplay.
Cosplay in general, I like because I get people a little bit more excited rather than just waiting in a booth. I can walk by a booth and everyone's like, oh my god, I know who you're from. And then I think for this game in particular, I mean, we have kids that even play the game, and it's been really sweet, just like the parents just shoving the kid in the photo, and I'll be like, you know what, here, you can hold the gun instead. And I think it gets a real good vibe all around, like, not a look and don't touch, but like really interact with some of the characters. And I really like that about the cosplay in general.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible costumes. How long does something like this take to make?
Well, a couple months usually, unless you stay up all night, and then it takes a month. We hand knit the sweaters. He learned how to knit so that he could make his own.
I don't remember how to do it anymore, but at that point I knew how to do it. For the one time, that's all that counts. I got it done.
I also noticed that Green's lanyard was covered in Pinny Arcade badges, and as a recent convert to, well, all things Pinny, I had to ask about them.
I actually started Pinny trading when it started. I was at it started at PAX East. Not my first PAX East, I want to say my second maybe, was the first year it started. And I opened the book and I said, oh, there's a pin. If I play Magic, I'm going to go do that. Unbeknownst to me, it was an official Pinny and it was one of the first Pinnies ever. So I've been pin trading the entire time. I go for cutesy and colorful.
Green was like a celebrity figure in this room. Everyone was desperate to talk to Green, and it made sense because Green remembered everyone's name. They would grab someone from the corner of the room and bring them over to us, and then they would tell us why this person was so interesting and we should definitely talk to them because they're an important part of the group. They were lifting up and highlighting the best qualities of everyone in that room, and when you see that happening, it makes perfect sense why Green, alongside Daniel, have been able to cultivate a group of people as friendly as these.
Is it fair to say you're a bit of like a celebrity in this room? Because everyone knows you, everyone wants to talk to you.
Sometimes I definitely, feel like it. Especially when the first time people see me, they'll just like scream Green across the room or something like that. Our Mandalorian, actually I saw last year and this year, but I didn't realize he was our Mandalorian. And I introduced myself again this year and he goes, it's me, Green Child. I'm in the group. And my heart just exploded.
What does this group mean to you now then?
It's huge. I'm working on it every day. I'm thinking about it every day. I'm moderating it every day. I'm talking to group members and the admins every day. We had a meetup this summer in Waltham. Just like as many people who could come. We went to Game Underground in Waltham and just met up there and had a lot of fun. And so we're talking about the next meetup that we want to do this summer. So even, we have our own little mini PAXs now.
After we wrapped up our conversation with Green, it was time to head down and take the photograph. As we all gathered in the main hall, it became clear just how many people had shown up to this event. Everyone squeezed in front of the PAX logo, and then before you knew it, the picture had been taken. Everyone just dispersed. They went their separate ways in smaller groups, no doubt to get some drinks, some food, or to play some board games. So we were left there, packing away our equipment, and as we were putting away the camera and all that other stuff, I just kept thinking to myself, why do people keep coming back to PAX? Because the obvious answer is the games, right? You come to this big convention hall in Boston and you get to play all of these cool games way before they're available to the public. But if you step away from that main hall for half an hour, you'll find the reason why people keep coming back to PAX year after year after year.
What is it you love the most about PAX?
The community.
The people.
I mean, it's the community, it's the people, it's the friends that I've made over the years.
I love seeing all my friends again every year. A lot of them come from Tennessee, California, Wyoming, even parts of Maine. And even though we don't get too many trips together, it's nice that everybody gets to come back here. And if I don't talk to them all year round, this is our Christmas, this is our holiday, this is our once a year Thanksgiving, friends time, and things like that. That's why I like coming to PAX.
I mean, over this last 13 years, I've met so many people, and when we depart, we still keep in contact, but then when we come back here together, it's just like a big reunion all over again, being able to see those familiar faces, meet new people, come back, share hugs, share stories, and party essentially.
So again, only my second one. I thought I was coming here for video games and stuff, but I found out I don't do well in crowds. But I've been doing, for myself, I've been doing pretty darn good in crowds now because of how many people are excited to see, not me, but my character. But it's a lot easier to kind of interact with people. It's kind of like a good, nice little confidence boost, and I like that. I didn't think I'd come out with feeling more like a people person.
It's the community. I was telling my friend, I was like, if I didn't have these people, I wouldn't care about the pins. Who are you going to show them to? Who's going to care? I love trying out the video games, and I do love getting the information, but none of it matters without them. So.
Thank you so much for watching. We have so many videos about PAX East for you to watch. Right now on the website, we have a ton of indie highlights, interviews with cool developers, the video of me on a dinosaur and a pair of dungarees. You can go watch all of that right now. And over the next week, I'm going to have a couple more videos like this one that aim to highlight the more underrepresented parts of PAX that you might miss. Thank you so much for being an RPS supporter. Honestly, without your support, we couldn't do things like this. And it means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. I wore this hoodie on the plane. I put it on for consistency's sake because I was wearing it in all the other videos. It smells. I wore it on an aeroplane. So I'm going to go wash this hoodie and edit this video. Bye!